It's Bri, and I have a story for you. If you've been here before, thanks for stopping by. And if you're new here, go ahead and click that red button and subscribe. And don't forget to click that bell for notifications, because I know after this story, you guys are going to want to see Bri all the time, every time I upload. At the beginning of this video, I just want to go ahead and give a shout out to all my new subscribers, because I've been seeing you guys' comments and I could tell that y'all really loving the girl. So I just wanted to make sure that I take the opportunity to send you guys some love back. Thank you so much for helping me make my dreams come true and for joining the team. Gang gang. Okay, so today's story time is actually an opportunity for me to tell you about my psycho ass white friend. Now, y'all know I'm working on myself, so I'm not just gonna title the video my psycho ass white friend, but she was white, she was crazy. So let's get into the story. I really wanted to do this story because y'all know I've deleted my social media. So I have been Facebook lurking, y'all. Full transparency, I'm just gonna be full disclosure. I've been lurking on Facebook, you know, checking out people's babies and shit. And I saw in my messages that this particular friend that I'm doing a story time about, she messaged me. But because I spent so much time on Twitter, like I was never, ever, ever on Facebook before I deleted my social media. I'm still not even really on there, you know what I'm saying? So I clicked the messages and I see that this girl sent me 2 messages, okay? She sent me one message, "Oh my God, I miss you." Girl, I guess I took too long to reply, because when I saw the other message, why did she message me again like 2 or 3 months later talking about,
"Never mind, I don't miss you at all"?
Are you dumb? When I saw that message, I was like, whoa, this girl's crazy. I deleted it immediately. Y'all know me. Y'all know me. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to stoop to her level. I have nothing to say to this. I already knew she was crazy. Hence the story time that I'm doing right now, which is, this is double confirmation for y'all. The Facebook messages and this story I'm getting ready to tell you, you're going to be like, yeah, I would have just deleted the thread too. Because some people, they just not even worth the energy, kid. This story time takes place probably about like 2015, because I remember I had a car. This was before my life. This was before I had a legit spiritual awakening. Before I went homeless. Before my life like completely went to shit. And I was still like big-headed, high school mentality ass Brianna. So this particular white girl I knew from high school. That's how I even knew her in the first place. And we're gonna get into that, okay? Remind me to do advice I would give my younger self type of video, because what y'all need to know about this particular friend is that the bitch was never a real friend. I had class with her. I definitely knew her. But after high school, we became friends because of the mutual friends that we still kicked it with after graduation, if that makes sense. I was sitting in class with this girl and everything. She was never my friend. She was a friend that I partied with. She was an associate, bitch. I feel like that's something that I would want to put in another video, because you really got to know the difference between real friends and people that are just for a good time. If I knew the difference, I would have never even hung out with this bitch one-on-one to even know she was as crazy and weird as she was, okay? This particular time in my life, I was hanging out with this girl. Like, we had mutual friends, we partied, and she lived a life that I thought was pretty cool to be living out of high school. Ever since we got out of high school, I knew this girl for dating mixed guys. Okay, she dated guys that could pass that brown paper bag test. This is important information, you guys.
Message.
Important information. This particular time in my life, girl, I could not keep a job. It wasn't like I couldn't find jobs. I couldn't keep jobs. I would go for really popping ass jobs. I would go for jobs that you could brag about. I would go for jobs on Melrose, in Beverly Hills, in Santa Monica, downtown, hot spot areas, because I'm a hot spot chick. The thing about working in these parts of LA, the thing about going for these jobs just for their name, it's a catch. They know that you want that job because you want to say you work there. So because I had this title, because I was able to say that I worked at this particular job or at this particular place, I was also always scheduled on call. If you guys don't know what that means, it's like basically you're hired, you're an employee, but you don't have a set schedule. You are not guaranteed 40 hours. Matter of fact, you're not even really guaranteed 13 hours, 15 hours. You are always on call. I really think that when I was doing this kind of job, the only amount of hours that I was absolutely guaranteed was 10. Bitch, that is one full-time shift. So I feel like I've kind of like laid down where I was in life mentally, like just all of it. I feel like I kind of laid a foundation so you guys kind of understand why this bitch was so weird. I was doing job interviews because I had a car at this time in my life. Girl, I have to say that because I spent a lot of my life walking and on a train. Anybody that knows me, I have no problem walking. I have no problem getting on a train. Okay? I am notorious for that. So when I say at this particular time in my life I had a car, bitch, let me pat myself on the back because people thought I couldn't even drive, y'all. I have this job. They're not giving me stable hours. I have a car, and so I take it upon myself. I'm gonna start going on job interviews. So this particular day, this particular story time, I linked up with my friend because I had just hit up like 3 different job interviews. If y'all need to know anything about me, I have always been in my bag. Even when I was stupid, I was still chasing that bag. Please know that. Know that about me. Put some respect on my name. I kind of used to have shitty friends because I used to have friends that did not take their responsibilities seriously. You know how they say birds of a feather flock together? I used to hang out with entitled ass bitches too. So it kind of makes sense why, like, after I did a little bit of job hunting, I hit this girl up because I knew she was available. We lived the same kind of lifestyle. And you guys got to understand, back in the day, I was really a hype beast. Like, I was all about the hype, okay? So I would kick it with people, especially if I felt like they had this lifestyle that I wanted, not even knowing that they was a lunatic. So this particular day, she wasn't scheduled. She had one of those jobs that always had her on call too. And I don't know if you guys have ever worked like high-end retail jobs. High-end retail jobs, they really kind of be playing with you. So if you guys have ever worked in that kind of atmosphere, you can kind of imagine how she was being scheduled, okay? Especially in LA. So she wasn't at work. She was also looking for jobs, and she was like, yeah, come over. I was basically doing the same thing today anyway. I mean, she was looking for jobs like, bitch, I went to go see if Chipotle was hiring. I pull up on her. Oh my God, I love you. Hugs and kisses, da 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 da. And then we go upstairs. All the way up until this day. Even though I went to high school with this girl, even though I partied with this girl, it was this day when I was like, this bitch is weird. Like, I've had enough. I remember this day because she offered me a ginger beer. Does ginger beer even have alcohol? I don't remember. This girl, now that I'm sitting here telling this story, this girl was really like, she was one of those people that you're talking like I'm talking right now.
Yeah, oh my God, I know. Okay, so let me tell you.
It is like, it's so hard to say anything to this person because they keep redirecting the shit to them and their experience and how they did the same. And then next thing I know, I'm not even, fuck what I'm talking about. We talking about you, I guess. I'm like trying to tell her about my job search, and she's like,
oh yeah, I need to get another job. Actually, let me show you this.
This is where the story just get bizarre, bitch. I'm really trying to set the scene for y'all because I was trying to talk to her about practical shit. Like my day, she's talking over me, her personality's being overbearing. I buckle down. I'm like, damn, okay, what the fuck does she want to talk about? Let's hear what she got to talk about. This girl take me to the computer screen and she's like,
I've been making videos today. I think I want to do YouTube.
I knew this girl wanted to be an actress. I knew that. But what she showed me, it was like, I'm looking at the screen. I was looking at her. It was like this girl had multiple personalities. Multiple. Now I know some of y'all are like, bitch, where are we going with this? When this girl took me to the computer screen and told me to watch this video, it was really, really creepy because the person that I was watching in the video was not the person that I talk to on the daily basis in any way. It was a completely different person. She was like Shirley Temple. You know that old Hollywood lady, Shirley Temple?
Animal crackers in my soup.
She was like that. I'm looking at the video and I'm looking at her. She was looking at the computer because we were sitting like this. She's looking at the computer and she's like, it was all a lie. Like, she was legit admiring herself. Like, wow, I'm playing the shit out of this role and nobody is gonna know. She was going for that Oscar and it was really creeping me out. I didn't even know what to say to her. The girl that I was watching on the camera was different from the girl that I was looking at next to me, was different from the girl that I thought that I was hanging out with. And it was like I was sitting in the room with 3 different bitches in one body and I was like, whoa. After I watched this little psycho ass Q&A video, literally she did a Q&A and I'm like, where did you get these questions? So I tried being the nice, polite bitch that I am. I tried to just change the whole conversation because I could not take it. Here's where the title of this video comes in. So I'm like, what can I do to get a job? Like, why are these people? But you know what? Because I'm Brianna, it wasn't even like I was asking this girl for help or advice. I was more so just like, why are these jobs wasting my time? You know what I'm saying? That's where my energy was coming from. Like, I'm just having a regular conversation that I have had with so many different friends of all different colors. And girl, we drinking. I'm just gonna give her the benefit of the doubt because we were drinking. I'm in the middle of complaining about my job hunt and she said to me out the blue,
well, you know it's because you're black.
Bitch, that took me all the way by surprise. I'm like, huh? This bitch just showed me a psycho ass video. Now she talking about, excuse me, run that back, Turbo. In my mind, I was equal to this girl. In my mind, I was simply complaining. Because that's just how it is in LA. People waste your time. Even the lowest level job like McDonald's will make it seem like you really gotta compete. It's just LA can be a weird vibe. And I noticed that even when I was like fresh out of high school. That's what I was complaining about. Oh yeah, well, you know it's because you're black. I'm like, what? Me trying to be normal? Because I kind of noticed that I have a thing where I will try to avoid confrontation with a weirdo. If I feel like you a weirdo, I'm gonna try to a certain extent to just like simmer the situation so you don't give me all of that weird ass energy you got going on up here. So I kind of like dismissed it. I kind of was like, yeah. Anyways, so I have another job interview and I start talking about the other job interviews that I have because I'm like, at this point, I feel like my time is just being wasted. They're not offering me enough money. They don't want to give me the hours. They're telling me that I'm not qualified, but they don't want to give me the experience. I was talking about regular shit that you experience when you're growing up. What is this bitch talking about? I know y'all remember how I just told you. She's one of those people when every time you try to talk, she talks over you. I knew already this girl's off her rocker. Now she turning this into some race shit and I'm really trying not to completely cut this bitch off. But no. Just like a crazy bitch, she want to go back to the black conversation.
No, Brianna, I'm trying to tell you. I feel like you just need to know this. They're not hiring you because you're black. It's because you're black. I know. I work at these places.
In my mind, I'm like, okay, I work at them too. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, bitch, she proceeds to tell me,
oh, no. I'm actually there when they're interviewing. You know, they interview the black girl. It doesn't even matter if she's qualified. We just interview her to make her feel like she'll possibly get the spot, but she'll never get it because she doesn't fit the brand.
You know what, guys? Even as I say this out my mouth, I'm mature enough to know that she was technically telling the truth, but I'm also wise enough to understand that even though that could have been the truth, that was not my reality because I've gotten extremely good jobs. I've been in spaces where it's like, how did I get here? So I'm not going to accept the fact that people are dismissing me purely because of my race. I mean, that could be a possibility, but just the life that I live, I don't consider that to be a possibility, and I'm not going to start to. I'm not going to walk into opportunities that could definitely 100% be for me and tell myself that because I'm black, I'm automatically counted out. And that's kind of like where my mindset was, and that's kind of why I don't talk to that bitch to this day, where she got to send me weird ass messages on Facebook talk about, actually, I don't miss you. Yeah, bitch. First of all, I didn't even curve you. I just don't get on Facebook, Looney Tune. Like, who does that? So when she's telling me this shit, you guys, I'm thinking about the first boyfriend that she lived with. I'm thinking about the boyfriend that she was currently living with. I'm thinking about how she literally needs them to have a roof over her head, and this is what she's spewing out her mouth at me. And I was just like, fuck, I wish this guy would walk through the door and hear this bitch saying this so I could get his 2 cents. Let's see if she's still gonna have a bed to sleep in tonight when he hear this. It gets worse though, because you know it's me. So all this shit is running through my mind Why does she feel comfortable telling me this? And she literally has a half black partner. Let me tell y'all how she really exposed her crazy ass. Because I want y'all to pay attention to people that love to talk and they don't even know that they're exposing themselves. I thought we was talking about jobs. Now we talking about race. Now we talking about high school, girl. What? I'm in the middle of trying to process what the fuck this bitch is telling me. And then she starts talking about how when we were in high school and we had an English class together, she didn't want to work with me and the other, because I would be in like gifted classes, like AP, gifted, whatever you want to call them. You can imagine it would just be like a pocket, 4 to 6 black kids maximum in these AP honor classes. I didn't notice that because I think highly of myself. She started bringing up when we was in English class, we had to do like a play. We had to like reenact this Shakespeare movie and we had to make it our own movie. This bitch literally tells me like,
oh yeah, I didn't want to work with you because, you know, you're black and I really didn't want to fail. I felt like the black kids, you guys didn't have this and you guys didn't have that.
Mind you, I wasn't cool with her like that in high school. I remember that day. She's telling me this and I'm thinking about the actual day when we were in class and I'm like, bitch, you were like last pick. And you're telling me to my face that you know you were last pick and you still didn't want to work with niggas. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know. And after that day, I wasn't friends with her no more. That girl had nothing to offer me. That girl showed me that there's a lot of personalities going on within her. And every personality that you meet is just darker than the last one. I don't know if that girl messaged me talking about never mind, I don't miss you. Like that was supposed to hurt me. Bitch, I think you're crazy. I think you're a lunatic. And that's why you don't get my energy. And that's why I'm not around you anymore. Okay? Also, it's like, if you feel this way about black people, if you think you're so superior to black people, why are you even around us? Anyway, y'all, that's the end of this story time. I knew it was gonna be quick because we don't pay crazy bitches no mind. If you guys like this video, go ahead and turn that thumbs up blue. Support your girl. Get those fingers moving in the comments below and let me know how you guys would have handled this situation. I really tried to I really tried to put you guys in my shoes because I'm always dealing with some weirdos, man. But hopefully going into 2021, I won't have that weirdo shit around me no more. With that being said, I love you guys and I'll see you in the next video. Till next time.